Story time, the most psychotic dude I've ever hooked up with. So his first question was, what's your body count? Naturally, I divided my true number by 5 to give him a much prettier number to look at. Once he was satisfied with my answer, he decided we should talk and try to pursue a relationship. So we start to talk, but he would vocally express to me he didn't like that I lived 30 minutes away because he could not regularly stop by and check in my dorm to make sure I was not sleeping with other people. So I didn't text him for 2 hours because I had to study for an exam, and he goes, well, you're a whore and you probably gave me gonorrhea. You're putting my life and my son's life in danger. Well, an STD is sexually transmitted, so it's concerning I'm putting your son's life in danger, but 2 weeks prior I got a test. Ring, ring. The results are in. I'm clean. So he then proceeds to say, I will tell everyone you love. I'll make a PowerPoint presentation, show it to your college to show everyone how nasty you are. I wasn't concerned, so I blocked him. He then texts me off of his son's phone and goes, I have an infinite amount of resources. Don't block me again. Trying to scare me. Well, I blocked the son. Radio silence. Where's your infinite amount of resources?
Party story time! Okay, so I went to a party and I showed up there super early because I'm literally that person. Anyways, I was talking to the guy throwing the party and I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't really want to drink. Yes, I'm literally the lamest person alive. Anyways, he's like, okay, do you want a bottle of vodka? Boy, I just told you I didn't want to drink. And he's like, no, like an empty one you can fill up with water and pretend you're drinking. And I'm like, you're a genius. So I do just that. And I walk around the party drinking out of this bottle of vodka that actually has water in it. People literally thought it was legendary. They thought I was getting so drunk. So basically at this point I was lying to everybody at the party. So anyways, I get thirsty, so I step outside and start chugging this bottle of vodka that's actually water. And I look to my left, and there's this girl literally staring at me.
Okay, I have like a really gross, disgusting story time, so just listen. So like in 7th grade, like girls at my middle school thought it was like trendy and like cute and quirky to like piss your pants, like at school, like do it at school. Like, they would, like, laugh so hard that, like, oops, like, they peed themselves. And, like, would keep it on their butt all day. And then they would, like, ask for, like, their crush's sweatshirt to, like, cover up, like, the pee on their butt just because, like, they're so cute and quirky. And I remember this one girl pissed herself at a choir concert backstage in the choir room, and the whole entire choir room smelled for, like, a day, and there was just a puddle of pee on the seat. And she literally had to go to the bathroom and wet her whole pants so that you couldn't tell that she pissed herself. Like, it got to the point where, like, 2 or 3 girls a day were walking around the school with pee on their butt. And, like, no one said anything. Like, it was cute and trendy. And, like, even the guys jumped on it. They were like, oh my god, like, she peed. Like, what? Like, it's just so, like, unbelievable. But, like, it literally happened, and I don't know why.
Story time about how I almost died when I was 4 years old. So, my mom was at work, and my dad and I were at home. And my dad was watching TV while I was trying to do headstands. I don't know, guys. I thought I was an acrobat at the time. So anyways, I had a penny in my mouth. I know, it's super dirty. Don't come at me. I was 4. I didn't know. And my dad didn't know. And every time that I would do these headstands, I would roll over onto my back. Well, I rolled over and I started choking. And my dad looks over and I'm laying on the floor literally like freaking dying. He's freaking the hell out. So he calls 911 and I got rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. And the penny was sticking straight up at the time, so nobody was really worried about getting it out right then and there. And my throat was like holding that penny in place, so no, my dad couldn't do the Heimlich or whatever the heck it's called. Well, the penny flipped. And I stopped breathing and everybody was freaking out and they had to hurry up and get it out before I died. Story time about how I found out that my mom fucked my boyfriend. So a little background information. My mom had me whenever she was 15. So we were always super close because we were so close in age. Well, during my senior year of high school, I started dating this guy. I was 18, he was 20. Well, after dating for a little bit, it was time for me to go off to college. And we didn't want to do long distance, so we kind of just cut it off. And instead of going to college, he just wanted to work, so he stayed in my hometown. And he was pretty close with my mom, too, because during my school year, he got kicked out of his parents' house and came and stayed with us for like a month. And we're going to call him Bryce. Well, I get a text from my mother the one day, and she's like, hey, honey, Bryce wants to know if he can come stay here. His parents kicked him out again. And I was like, no, that's weird. Like, we're not even dating. What the fuck? And her response was, well, honey, I'm a good person, so I'm not going to listen to what you say on this one. He's going to come stay with us. And I wasn't even living there at the time, and she was going to let him stay there. Like for part 2. Part 2 about how my mom fucked my boyfriend. So like I said, my mom was trying to be a good person, so she let Bryce stay there. Well, then COVID hit, and my college was basically like, yeah, you guys can't stay here anymore, go somewhere else. So I packed up my things and I went home. And she told Bryce that he couldn't stay there anymore because I didn't feel comfortable with it. As she should. Well, then she started acting really weird. Like, she would leave the house at 2 in the morning and wouldn't come back until like 8 in the fucking morning. And the one night while she was making dinner, I saw a text from Bryce pop up on her phone. So I opened it, and there were no text messages except one from Bryce saying, I won't, don't worry. But I didn't ask her about it because I trusted her. Well, the one night I was going to a party, and I was in charge of bringing the alcohol. Well, on my way to the party, I realized I forgot the alcohol. So I pull up to my house, and I see Bryce's truck outside. So I went around to the window, and in the living room, I could see my mom and Bryce fucking on the couch. I took a video, put it on Facebook, and after that, she was labeled a homewrecker in my small town. After that, I found out they had a whole relationship.